Can turmeric help MS and help with our symptoms? I think it can. And today we're going to look at what the research shows, how we can incorporate it into our diets, tips to help it be more effective, and concerns about possible toxic effects and lead contamination. Let's start with what turmeric is. It's a spice that comes from the Curcuma longa plant. It typically grows in India and Southeast Asia. More specifically, it comes from the root of the plant, the rhizome, and it's part of the ginger family. The root is dried and ground into a beautiful yellow or golden powder. It has compounds called Curcuminoids, and one of them is curcumin, which is the main active ingredient in turmeric. Curcumin has medicinal properties and is a powerful anti-inflammatory. Before we get into the studies, could I ask a favor? Could you please like the video and subscribe? This is important because it helps the channel to reach more people. Thanks. In this study from 2022, they looked at how curcumin affected mice with the mouse models of MS. They concluded curcumin is a potential therapeutic agent that can diminish the MS neuroimmune imbalance and demyelination through its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Well, that's cool. Let's look a little bit deeper. They did their testing on mice with Cooperzone and autoimmune encephalomyelitis models. These are the two mouse models that look like MS. The Cooperzone model mimics the remyelination aspects of MS, and the experimental autoimmune encephalomyelitis model reflects immune-mediated events. They used different concentrations of curcumin of 10 micromolars, 20 micromolars, and 50 micromolars. At 50 micromolars, they found it induced cell death in astrocyte cells, but at 10 micromolars, it didn't affect the cell viability. Okay, so too much curcumin can be a bad thing. More on that later. The study showed curcumin demonstrated a dual mechanism of action, an immunomodulatory effect through an anti-inflammatory effect in reactive astrocytes and the inhibition of immune cells' infiltration into the spinal cord, and an ameliorating effect of myelination through the elevation of myelin basic protein expression in the brain. It works in two ways. It helps us to regulate the immune system by reducing inflammation in certain brain cells and stopping immune cells from entering the spinal cord, and it improves the process of myelination by the brain by increasing the expression of a protein called MBP. It ended with this. Our data demonstrated for the first time the novel potential of curcumin as a neuroimmunomodulator and myelinating and neural repair agent, especially in the progressive stage, which is a more challenging goal to meet and thus holds great relevance for MS treatment. This is awesome. We do need to keep in mind, though, that this is one small study and it's on mice, not humans, but it does show promise. In another article from 2023, where they studied the effects of curcumin in EAE mouse models, they concluded this study supports studies that demonstrated that curcumin had a neuroprotective effect in the EAE-induced MS in mice. Furthermore, it emphasized the ability of curcumin to amend not only EAE-induced physical disability, but also EAE-induced cognitive impairments. It showed that it could help with both physical disabilities and cognitive dysfunction. That's pretty exciting. Again, this is a study on mice, and a lot of further studies are needed, but how cool is it that they're seeing these effects with something so natural like turmeric that has very little or no side effects? In general, turmeric is recognized as having powerful anti-inflammatory effects and is a very strong antioxidant. It may be helpful with many conditions and diseases, such as heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, arthritis, and depression. Did you know that some studies show up to 50% of people with MS also suffer from depression? It's true. Another cool thing about curcumin is that it can boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Our brains can form new connections, and in certain areas it can increase neurons, but it needs BDNF to do this. Both animal and human studies have found that curcumin may increase brain levels of BDNF. By doing this, it may be effective in delaying or even reversing many brain diseases and age-related decreases in brain function. They have found that neurotrophins are now regarded as crucial players in the pathogenic scenario of central nervous system immune inflammation. BDNF in particular seems to be a crucial regulator of neuroinflammatory mechanisms and of myelin repair after immune system-mediated damage. BDNF may help after we have relapses. One of the things that's most frightening to me about having MS is the potential to lose my cognitive abilities, losing who I am. I am all for anything that will help with that. So more BDNF? Yes, please. So how can we increase our curcumin in our diets? Turmeric is a wonderful, slightly peppery, warm spice that can enhance many dishes. Curry dishes are a wonderful way to use turmeric. It can be used in scrambled tofu, and I'll include my recipe in the description below. It's also great on roasted vegetables and in soups. It can be made into a lovely and warming golden almond milk or added to smoothies, and I'll add my pumpkin spice smoothie recipe below too. It's really yummy. It's like drinking a pumpkin milkshake. Unfortunately, our bodies don't absorb curcumin well, and turmeric is only 1 to 6% curcumin by weight. There is a trick to increasing absorbability, though. There's a compound called peperine that can help. Peperine is the major active component of black pepper, and when combined in a complex with curcumin, it's been shown to increase bioavailability by 2,000%. 2,000%! So we need to add some black pepper to our dishes with turmeric. We can also supplement with turmeric. I take it daily, and I'll put a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out. The one I take has peperine in it already. So, are there any downsides to adding turmeric? You may have heard that there can be too much of a good thing. Can turmeric be toxic? Yes, if taken in really large doses, there can be some side effects like upset stomach, diarrhea, headaches, or skin rashes. It may also interfere with how some medications work, so check with your doctor if you're currently on medication before adding turmeric as a daily supplement. Another concern with turmeric is lead contamination. Sometimes turmeric is adulterated with a lead-based chemical to increase its volume and enhance its color. Lead is a neurotoxin, and we definitely don't want that. It is not safe in any amount. When purchasing supplements, be sure that they are labeled as being produced using GMP, good manufacturing processes, and look for third-party testing. Many high-quality studies are showing that turmeric is a wonderful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant-rich spice that has many health benefits and may be able to help us live well with our MS. Do you use turmeric? Let me know in the comments below. To see more on supplements that may help us live well with MS, watch these videos next. Be sure to like and subscribe to my newsletter using the link below. Until next time, be well.